What's up, y'all? Peter Kribel back with another All-22 breakdown. Today, Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Jayden Daniels taking on Alabama.
On this play, LSU's trying to hit a route concept to the top of the screen. Alabama is all over it, and you can argue that Daniels just stays on that read for a little bit too long. If he's able to snap his eyes down to that backside drag route and get it out early, maybe 11 has a chance to make a play, but he drops his eyes, takes off, and does a nice job to pick up some good yardage. Here's one where we get a really nice curl route out of Neighbors from the slot, gets the cornerback to open his hips like he's going deep, sits down, but look at Daniels. He doesn't release the ball early enough. So he waits until he can see Neighbors' chest, and by then the DB has a chance to play back through the man and break up the pass. Here's one where there's a ton of separation, right? If he didn't hit this ball, we'd really have a problem. But I give him credit, putting it on Neighbors and making a good throw and scoring a touchdown. Here's another one where you have a curl route. This time it's even better coverage. And again, he doesn't release this ball early enough. That is a ridiculously hard throw if you want to throw it from the far left hash all the way to the right boundary and wait until the receiver has turned and opened his chest to you. You have to throw this ball with anticipation unless you have a Herbert-ish or Josh Allen-ish type arm. And to this point, I don't think Daniels does. I mean, you could see that he is lightning quick. These design quarterback runs, these QB draws, we're going to see more of that in this game. But he's going to be a true threat with his legs in the NFL. Here's another one. This time it's a deep throw where you get this nice route out of the slot. I like this concept where you have a clear out running to the post, and then you have all this vacated space on the boundary. Not only does Daniels not place it on the boundary, but he also waits too long, and that's why the ball kind of dies on him and gives two Alabama defenders a chance to make a play. Here's one where a less mobile quarterback probably dumps this off to the running back for a good gain, but Daniels, the athlete that he is, it's never really a bad idea to take off when you have this much space out in front of you. So here's an interesting one where I don't totally know why he didn't pull the trigger on this deep post, because at the top of the screen, you have two Alabama defenders who sit on this curl route, and then you have this dig route on the backside run by, I think that's Neighbors, yeah. And the safety comes down and takes that away. The safety coming down should be his cue to bomb this thing over the top because you've got a safety who's kind of got caught flat-footed. Your receiver's running a post. There's enough room to make that throw, but he just waits too long. He does a nice job to extend the play and hit the dig route, but you got to think that if he gets that out a little earlier, maybe it's a touchdown. Here's one where he's going to figure out that in the NFL, you release this football because people aren't going to be running open the way that they are at LSU. And you have this route, that's a man coverage beater. Don't just step up into this muddy pocket. Lay this football out into the open space against a man beater. Yeah, it's tight coverage. But if you're a top quarterback prospect, you got to give your guy a chance on that one. I really like what Daniels does on this play because he's reading the route concept to the top of the screen, doesn't like it, and instead of getting hung up on it like he has a little earlier in this game, he snaps his head around, finds this dig, and hits it in rhythm. Good ball. Here's one where, yeah, the receiver's wide open, but I just like him being patient. He's got a guard getting pushed way into his face, but he just trusts that that drag route is going to come open, doesn't drop his eyes or try to baseball roll out of the pocket, just is patient, lays it off for an easy throw in a big gain. Here's kind of a head-scratching miss because you have this running back just getting out to the flat really quickly, and at all levels of football, pretty much, you'd like to see this at the very least be a completion. Ideally, for a top quarterback in the NFL draft, this is a ball that's put out in front of the running back, allowing for a big run after the catch just about 10 out of 10 times. Here we go with another design quarterback run, and you can see he has a natural runner's feel, pressing that gap before bouncing to the outside and having the quickness to shed the linebacker's tackle. Like I said, he's going to be an impact runner from day one. Woof. I said I wanted more anticipation on these throws, but if that's what it's going to look like, I'll pass because that is a really, really ugly miss. He just doesn't seem confident throwing when the receiver hasn't come out of his break yet, which is a concern going into the NFL where we know those windows are going to be smaller and the coverage is going to be better. Then he makes up for it with a run like this. I mean, look at him just split these defenders. He is a gazelle in the open field. Really impressive acceleration. It's not like he's just a strider like Daniel Jones. Here's another one where if you're not as fast as he is, you're probably hanging in the pocket, waiting for Neighbors to clear the linebacker and putting it out on the sideline. But he's going to tuck it and run it. And until Alabama really puts a stop to it, you'd wonder why he would stop doing this. Here's the first instance of impressive ball placement by Daniels because Alabama has this play completely blanketed. This dig route really isn't open, and instead of blindly leading this wide receiver into either a big hit or an interception, he halts him, puts that safety in a tough position. Wide receiver makes a great job opening his hips, breaks a tackle, and turns it into a great play. Here's another curl route. This time, the Alabama defender plays some really sticky coverage, but again, he's not wanting to release this ball until the receiver is coming out of the cut. He gets away with it, throws an accurate ball, but the receiver drops it, and again, we just want to see more anticipation and better timing. Right here, you could argue that he shouldn't have pulled this ball, but for whatever reason, he wasn't comfortable with Dallas Turner being in that passing lane. So what does he do? He tucks it, and like I said, with him, it's never really a bad idea. Look at him just scamper for 10 yards like it's nothing. Here's a beautiful, high-level NFL throw right here. Double move by Neighbors out of the slot, and he puts it away from the safety on the sideline. Only Neighbors has a chance at that ball. Makes a great catch, but look at the end zone angle. Look at the guard getting pushed, or pardon me, the center getting pushed right into his lap. No room to step up into that throw. That is a high-level play. And here we go, back with his QB draw in the red zone. This is their bread and butter. Takes a shot that you don't love right there, but maybe he's got a little Lamar Jackson in him. Never really gets hurt. Let's compare what he does on this play to someone else that we just watched, Caleb Williams. Watch him hit this baseball roll, looking like Caleb, but herein lies the difference. Because at this moment, he has a wide receiver springing free, 5 yards of separation. Caleb is releasing this ball because his eyes are downfield, and it's most likely a touchdown. Instead, Daniels drops his eyes, breaks a linebacker all the way to his knees, which is impressive, but it's one of those plays where, if he releases that ball, he might have a touchdown right there. So keep our eyes up, Jayden. Right here, he's just a wizard in the pocket. I don't know any other way to say it. Just kind of a 180 turn into a juke, turn the corner on a player, and pick up 20 yards like it's nothing. Here's one where you can see in the pocket, he's jumpy, especially in this end zone angle. Look at his head just snap, 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 snap. He doesn't know where he wants to go with the football, and he ends up overlooking a player who's open for about 5 seconds in the middle of the field. He does eventually get to it, but it's one where, a more polished quarterback in the class might get to that a little bit quicker. Here's one where it's always important to contextualize these interceptions. People just see it in the box score and think, oh, it's his fault. This is just a good play by Dallas Turner. Pop it up into the air, intercepted, just a better defensive play than it is a bad offensive play. So here's another one where I want him to release this ball just a hair earlier for 2 specific reasons. The first of which is that because Neighbors covers ground like a Lamborghini, he ends up underthrowing him because he waits on the ball. And the other one, which goes overlooked, is that he ends up hanging in the pocket longer than he ever should and takes a massive knockout shot from Dallas Turner, and he ends up not getting back in the game because of it. So in terms of self-preservation and maximizing the yards on the field, yeah, he needs to get rid of the ball quicker. I'm going to end the video right there. We can see that this is a boom or bust type prospect. Because are there concerns about anticipatory throws, about ball placement, about processing and staying with his reads too long? Absolutely. But does he also have a very good arm? Yes. Is he an elite runner? Is he going to be one of the best running quarterbacks in the NFL from day one? Yes. So the team that takes a chance on him, it's plausible that he could become an elite NFL quarterback. It's just going to be a bit of a project.